Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the video. So we're going to be taking a look at the T29. I promised to do a video on this tank a while back. I said to you guys that I would play the tank, and T29 is really good, guys. It's a solid tank at its tier. You know, you could go hold down in it. It's kind of difficult to side scrape in this thing, but you can do it. Hold down is going to be your friend in this tank. But I will note this, guys. When you do go hold down, don't try and go hold down against anything above tier 7. You know, if there's tier 8 TDs, the turret is not going to be able to handle it. You know, I'm going to show you guys just this one game and, you know, talk about the tank. But there was one game that I played in this tank recently where I was on... gosh, I forget the name of the map. It's a huge snow map with like the little ridge in the middle. And I went to poke on that ridge, guys, and I got obliterated by a Scorpion G and a Panzer and like something else. Like I died almost instantly. And all the shells went right into my turret. One went into the top little hole here, the commander's hatch. One went into the turret right there at the top, and one went straight into the frickin' like gun mantlet, and I was dead. So just keep that in mind. This tank is good, but only at its tier. You know, it's very powerful. It does a lot of damage per shot and stuff like that. But just keep in mind, you know, the turret is not impenetrable. Like, you know, like an E3 or something like that. It doesn't have like 300 something millimeters of armor, guys. So we're in a fight with the P43. I made a stupid poke at the beginning. I was trying to get some damage at the start of the battle, guys, and we did lose, you know, a chunk of our HP doing so. So we're now here. We're in a fight with the P43. The P43 decided to load HE, so I went toe-to-toe with him, basically, and I was just poking at this guy, trying to get him, you know, get another shot into his turret. So that's what you see me doing here for the next minute or two, and then yeah, I mean, from there, guys, this game didn't start out that great, but it ended up being very close at the end, and it was a decent game for me by damage and all. I think I did like 2,400 damage or something like that. And starting off, I didn't think it was going to be a good game. Like, I'm already down, I would say, like a quarter of my HP, and I just thought this game was going to suck, guys. Like, I'm poking on a P43. He keeps getting, you know, the better of me, even though I'm taking hardly any damage from him. But I was just like, this game's gonna suck, man. I don't know. Sometimes I just get those feelings, guys. Like the game is gonna suck. It's already 6-3. My shots are not going into the P43. I'm getting stuck on buildings, like the corner of buildings, and I'm just like, you know. So, dude's still shooting HE at me. Eventually, I do get a shot into this guy's turret. He's dancing around. I think he thinks he's. I can't hit him, but I can as long as the, you know, dispersion behaves, and you know, we get one more shot into this guy, so he's now a one-shot to me. And again, guys, like, I'm loading APCRs, but, you know, the pen isn't that great on this tank. I think I said earlier. So I am loading APCRs, because, to me, I mean, I guess 198 is not that bad, guys, for tier 7, but for me, like, I feel like anything under 200 when you're at tier 7 or more, especially if you're shooting at tier 8s and stuff like that, it's just not enough for me. So I prefer to load the APCRs because I'm on my, you know, original account. I sold a bunch of tanks to, you know, do videos on these few tanks. I have like 7 million coin. It's not really a big deal to me. So yeah, I couldn't believe I missed that shot, guys. I mean, it certainly looked like I was, you know, pointed right at him, but you know, sometimes there's a little lag or, you know, whatever. I was a little behind him there, but, you know, I would have thought that one would have went in. But we do shoot him in the back, so we get him lit on fire for an extra like 30 damage. I think that's the tick was 430. And we're at 991 damage, and now it's 5-9, guys. And I'm thinking, like, you know, I get basically a snapshot on this guy, which was great, you know, as revenge. But I'm thinking, like, this game's over, guys. You know, we're getting pressed, and it just wasn't looking good. So I'm going to do what the T103 is doing right now. And I want to poke up, and I want to stay hold down, guys. You could do that, you know, here. So, got a shot at the conj. I'm going to take it. And, you know, doing this, we can stay relatively safe being that we're hold down in this vehicle. But like I said, guys, the turret is not impenetrable. it's very good at its tier, but I've gotten way too cocky with this thing going into hold down spots, and I've gotten, you know, absolutely destroyed in the turret, you know. So just keep that in mind. This tank it's an old school tank, guys. It was like, you know, one of the first tank tech trees, I should say. You know, nothing has really changed about this vehicle as far as I'm concerned. It's been around for since the game has, you know, started basically. But you know, they haven't nerfed it, which is good, but they also haven't, you know, improved the stats at all. So, you know, the turret, like I said, everyone talks about hold down, hold down, hold down, hold down, but I'm telling you guys, if you get into, you know, a predicament with like a tier 8 TD or something, don't even try it. Just trust me, don't try it. Yeah, so 9 to 9, guys. I mean, the game kind of we pulled it back relatively quickly. I mean, it's 11 to 9 now. I think they were just low on HP, a lot of their guys. I think the Ferdy has like you know, full HP, and that might be why you know, the HP looked intimidating at first, but I think a lot of other guys were low HP. So we're here. The Tiger doesn't spot me initially coming up to take this shot, so I get one into him, guys, and the way this rock is kind of made here, I'm able to kind of stay hold down against this guy, and you know, we're able to clean him up. So we're at 21-24 damage, guys, and like suddenly this turned into a pretty good game, right? I mean, I thought it was gonna suck, honestly, but you know, as it turns out, guys, it hasn't been a bad game, and I love the camo I decided to put on this thing, guys. You can, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can adjust camo to small, medium, and large print, so that, you know, like this print is small, so it's actually more camo, like more like lines and all that. And you can make it up to large, so like the print is really large. I love having the small print, guys. I don't know, I just think it looks really cool, especially with this camo. And yeah, it's just really cool looking, guys. But anyway, so 13 to 10, guys. This is pretty much the game. The only concern I have here is that the conj has moved to back here. And I'm coming up, I'm thinking, he's probably here, if anywhere, because I haven't been spotted yet. And as it turns out, guys, he actually went around like this, down the 0 line, and you know, he was spotted over there. So as soon as I realized that, like, I'm getting really timid here, guys, because I don't want to poke up and get whacked by this guy. As soon as I see him over here, then I start coming up, and I'm like thinking. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go for the Ferdinand, because I see the T103 coming up for the Ferdinand, and now we can kind of tag team against this guy. So that's all it is, guys. You know, just pay attention to your map, watch the map, watch what's going on, and that's all this is. The conj died, so now it's just the Ferdy, and you know, that's pretty much, that's going to close out the game, guys. The T103 dies to this guy, but I'm able to get a shot into the Ferdinand, and as he's turning, he goes dark, and then I'm able to get another shot into him, you will see. So here we go. We put a shot into this guy, right into the back of the tank, and he's turning. He goes dark. Put that shot into him, guys. Probably went right into the side. And that's it. 2,412 damage, 3 kills, guys. Let's take a look at the end plates, and nothing more to talk about on this map, guys. You know, especially playing it as a heavy, I have no advices for you. You know, that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at the end plates, guys. And here we go. Second class game, guys. 2,471 damage because we had the blind shot against the Ferdy to clean him up. And we are looking at 3 kills, 1,052 experience. We were second by experience, it looks like. The T103 had a phenomenal game, guys. 3,408 damage. The 65T also did very, very well. And we were able to defeat this team. It was a pretty close game, though. I will say it was a pretty close game. We are running Brother in Arms in this tank, apparently. How many battles? 226 battles I've played in this tank on this account. So we're running Brother in Arms, guys, all the way down, and then we have Sixth Sense, the experience thing again on the Commander. 78% and 72%. I think I reset these right before I played. For the dispersion on the driver and the gunner, we have 77% repairs, 77% repairs, 78% concealment, and I don't even know why I ranked concealment on this thing. I guess I should have probably had repairs on this because I don't know why I would need concealment on a heavy. But hey, guys, like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing back then. Vents, optics, V-stab, vent purge, guys, case of cola, and the stats on this tank are pretty decent, I would say. I mean, like the DPM is not that great, but the dispersion is I would say okay for a heavy. Actually, I would say good for a heavy because most are like in the high, point threes, point three area, I believe. 1.99 aiming time is pretty damn good for a heavy as well. And the damage per shot being 320 is pretty good at tier 7, I would think. Like to me, that's this thing hits hard. For like an American heavy tank, I feel like it hits pretty hard. So that's about it, guys. We'll take a look at the last page here, the detailed report. 2,351 coin we lost, even though we got a mission because I just spammed APCRs. You can see that here, 44,000 coin. What else is here? We fired 14 shots, guys, and that's it. So if you're looking to make your way up to this tank, guys, I recommend it. It's a very good tank to kind of learn how to play a heavy as well. Like if you're new to the game and you want to work up the Russian line, the American line, the German line, they're all good, heavy lines. Like the Tiger's pretty good, for Germany, working your way up to the mouse and stuff like that. The for the Russians, the IS-3s are very forgiving. When you get to like tier 8 and tier 9 and stuff like that, they hit pretty hard. Their accuracy is not that great. And the American line is also very good. I would personally recommend the American line just because they're the easiest heavies to work with. Like the T1 heavy is accurate, it's got good DPM, stuff like that, and it's got just enough armor for you to kind of learn how to side scrape, how to angle, and stuff like that. And then you work your way up through the M6 to the T29. The T29 is great for being hold down, and it kind of stays like that. Then you go through the T32 and stuff like that, all the way up to the T57 heavy. So I feel like the American tech tree, even just in general, not for heavies, is very good for someone who's new to the game. I feel like the tanks are just very forgiving and stuff like that, and easy to play for whatever reason. That's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the game in the T29, and I will see you for the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.